Welcome back to the $1 million journey where I start off with $1 and I'm working my way up to $1 million by getting 1% every single day. Today we're going to have a very quick video. It's either going to be a very good or a very bad video. We got some high risk strategies I'm going to be running today. Before we hop into things though, and I explain what we're going to do, I want to show you the bonuses I claimed since the last episode. So all we had since the last episode was the weekly bonus, which was $3.14. Again, I'm not showing anything that's under $2, so that's all we got since the last episode that was above $2. Adding up all of our outside casino apps and the website balance and our investment accounts, we're sitting at, on day 189, we're sitting at $1,130 in the balance. And that means that our 1% profit goal is $11.30 and our stop loss is $45.20. And we've been running the bracket challenge. So just to recap, we went through round one already. We ran all these strategies. We moved on the winners to see which is the best performing strategies out of a 1v1 head-to-head concept. So we, took all these 1v1 to each other and moved on the best strategies. So we're on round two. We're starting round two. These strategies all won previously, so I'm hoping that these continue to win. For today though, we're doing some high risk strategies. I already ran these two, so we saw them before, they worked, but they have the potential to definitely bust very easily. So today we have a crash strategy, and then we also have a snake strategy. It's an auto snake strategy. But the first one we're gonna run is the crash strategy. So all it is we're doing an all-in bet with our entire stop loss, which is 4%. And we're going for a 1.1x on crash. So I got this set up already, and I'm a little bit nervous because if this busts, then we're a little bit out of it. So I wasn't able to get that off in time. But yeah, this has the ability to, I need to get 3 wins, I believe. So we're cashing out at 1.1x. Increase by 10% each time, and if it doesn't hit a 1.1x, we lose the entire stop loss for today. So the first one hits. I think we just need 3 wins. I think 3 wins will get us to the $11.30 that we need. So this is a very high risk strategy. It only needs to run 3 times, I believe. So it's going to be a quick one. If we either get 3 quick wins, or if we hit it 1 loss, then we're done. So second one cashes. Okay, we're up to $54.70. We just need 1 more win. Yeah, we have $9.50 profit. I'm really nervous. It looks like, looking at the history, this has only hit under 1.1 one time right here. So I don't know if we're due for a loss under 1.1x. I don't know. A 1.1x or 1.10x, however you want to say that. But yeah, pretty high risk. So this strategy is a very fast one, but it can go south after just 1 loss. You lose your entire balance. So hoping we hit this here and get a dub. We've been on a pretty good loss streak recently, but last episode we got 2 wins. So we're coming back a little bit. Sports betting in the background. We got some investments going on. It's carrying the balance, always getting those bonuses. So the balance is still increasing over time, but this one's crazy. We're going for a 41x on that. That's wild. All right, this is it. This is the last one here. We just got to get a 1.1x on this. Oh man, and it busted. That hurts. So that strategy, it's going to be a quick video. Like I said, it's either going to hit or bust. Got a 1.01x. Unfortunately, out of the past 15 games, that was one of the 2 that got under 1.1x. So it does hurt, but that's how the high risk strategy. It's gonna either be really good or really bad. So we're gonna answer that in the sheet, and we'll move on to the next strategy. So day 189 was a loss. We lost $45. All we needed was 3 quick wins on crash, and we got 1 loss out of 3 games. So that wiped out the entire balance, which does hurt. I was really hoping just for some quick wins. We need some wins. We've been on a pretty good loss streak recently. But either way, we're sitting at $1,092 on day 190. I'm gonna use the same profit goal as yesterday just to keep things very equal between the 2 strategies. So I entered that loss into the bracket tracker here, and now we're moving on to an auto snake strategy. So this one is also pretty high risk. Luckily, the last time we ran this, it popped off and we were down to our last bet. It was a $10.30 bet. We got 130 bucks. It was a 10x, and it paid out really good. Or it was a 12x. It was a 12.5x on a $10 bet, so it paid out almost like 130 bucks. So we had a huge profit last time we ran this. Again, very risky. That was our last bet. But let me show you what we're going to be doing today. I'll set it up. So this is Sony's strategy from the Discord server. It won previously, like I said, crazy payout. But what it is he says to do 2 cents for every $20. That was pretty risky. It busted immediately, and I ran it with like the last funds last time. So instead of doing 2 cents for every $20, I'm gonna start off with 1 cent just to give it some more room to have some more progressions. It's on easy difficulty. We do 5 rolls. On a win, we just reset, and then on a loss, you increase by 120%. And then our stop on profit is our 1% profit goal for today, $11.30. So every time this loses, it's gonna martingale by 120%, a little bit more aggressive than martingale. So this is gonna probably be another quick strategy, good or bad. But we're gonna run it. We're just gonna start off and turn the volume down maybe a little bit. Last time I did auto bet, and looks like the live stats are not updating. Okay, there it goes. Last time I did an auto bet and it went really fast, so I'm gonna let it just run normally for a little bit, just to let it go, just to not speed this up too quick. Try to enjoy the process a little bit. Keep the stress going, you know. Keep the stress going. My heart was racing on that crash strategy. I mean, it's a quick one, but it's very stressful. Just trying to hit that 1.10x. So this one, last time we ran this, it was moving pretty good in the beginning, and then we obviously busted, like I said, and there was still like 10 bucks left, so I ran it again, and it ended up having that crazy payout. So hoping we can get another crazy payout. Again, that's asking a lot to get a 12.5x. It's like 12.5x. It's asking a lot. So we're getting a lot of losses now. It's starting to build up. Bet's getting bigger. So hopefully we can get a payout and we get another loss. It's starting to go down pretty good here. We're at a $2.13 bet. As long as this hits 5 times, we get paid out. So we need to hit it. Okay. All right, we're back to break even. Maybe I'll speed this up a little bit. Take off animations. It's really fast. What if I do instant bet? Instant bet's quicker. Okay, that's not too fast though. Taking off animations makes it go really quick, so I don't want to do that. But yeah, this has the opportunity to have a really high multiplier, so that's what we're looking for. There's a 2.7x. That's pretty good. It's 3x almost. And obviously, we want that to build up before we hit one of those. Instead of hitting those on a 1 cent bet, we want to hit those on like a $2 bet. Like we just had to bet on this big dip here. But it's slowly starting to increase the profit, which is pretty good. This game is definitely risky, so maybe I'll take off animations and let this thing just rip, let it rip. But while this is going, just to show you guys real quick too, I've had like probably $200 in the vault at one point. This is starting to dip. We get a win. Okay, we got a win there. But I've had around $200. That was like our peak vault balance. I always vault the extra money so I don't go over the stop loss for the day. But right now, I only have $23 in the vault. So if we lose this strategy, I'm gonna have to pull some money over from our savings account, which I haven't had to do that yet since we cashed out that profit way back, probably like a couple months ago. We've been playing with money in the website and not having to pull from our profit that we cashed out. So I'm hoping we don't have to pull out. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want to. We already cashed out. That's kind of the idea of that. Once we cash it out, I'm hoping never to touch it again, take our profit. But that's why I have some cash on hand, just in case we need to pull some money over. So that's my big concern today. I really don't want to lose both of these strategies and have to pull money over from our savings account. But if we have to, that's what it's there for. But again, we lost like $200 over the past couple weeks just from the website. Obviously the account, all the other accounts, and the entire balance has been growing, but this website has just been draining us. So looks like we're starting to go on a loss streak. Can we get a win here? There we go. I'm gonna speed this up now. We've seen what it's doing. It's staying pretty flat. There was a 5x, that's pretty good. Staying pretty flat. Slowly going up, but I think I'm gonna speed this up and we'll just let it cook. We'll let it either get us some good profit or we'll let it bust. Very nervous for the strategy. Both these strategies today are very high risk, so my heart rate's very high. We'll say that. All right, let's rip it. Let's just do no animations, make it go quicker. It's gonna start ripping real fast. Okay. Slowly moving up. I like to see it. And then after we get like maybe 5 to 8 losses, we want to get a nice multiplier. That's probably like the sweet spot. There's a good hit there. I missed the multiplier on that, but that was a pretty big jump. Now we're starting to get a lot of losses. There's a good hit. Okay. Didn't see the multi. This is going too quick to see what's happening. But all we need is those little multipliers, and that'll help it keep going up. $3x is pretty nice. We're getting a lot of wins, but we're not getting a ton of like losses and then getting the win, which really pays out the high multiplier or the high profit. There's a good one right there. I'm watching this chart more than the actual play, so I'm not seeing what's really happening. There's another good hit. So this is starting to climb up pretty good. We're about a third of the way to our profit goal. If we got another $90 profit today like we did the last time we ran this, I'd be the happiest guy alive. But that's asking a lot. That was a very lucky hit. So I'm not expecting that, but I'm definitely wishing for that today. But ideally, hopefully a lot of these strategies I'll be running, I think these two are the riskiest out of all the strategies I made it to round 2. These ones have like definitely the highest chance of busting, I think, from what I remember. So ideally, most of the strategies we run for the next few episodes for this challenge going forward will hopefully have a high chance of getting some consistent wins. So, I mean, nothing's guaranteed when it comes to gambling. You obviously have that house edge, but that's what I'm kind of aiming for. So I'm kind of expecting, just because we got all of the less performative strategies out of the way that didn't perform as well in the first round. So all the good ones did move on, and now we're about halfway to our profit pool, which is good to see. The first time we ran this, I think right around here, it went the whole way down and busted. So it busted very early on. So it's good to see this chart. This is the complete opposite of last time we ran this. And now we're over halfway to our profit goal. So it's looking good so far. It's starting to smooth out, it looks like. That curve is starting to go flat. But once we build up a few losses here, maybe we'll get a nice win. Here we go, a lot of dips. Okay, that one brought us back pretty good. Still not back to profit though. That didn't bring us up to our peak profit, which does kind of suck. I guess the multiplier wasn't good enough to bring us the whole way back, but that was a pretty decent dip. Where did we go down there? $2.29. That was our dip. Yeah, I think after this bracket challenge, I might be running a battle royale type challenge with the community where I'll take a ton of strategies submitted in the Discord. So if you want to start submitting those now, I'll probably run that probably in like a month or two, probably be a little bit from now, but any strategy that's submitted, if it's like relatively reasonable and not like extremely risky, kind of fits my idea of getting very small wins every single day, steadily, slowly growing the balance instead of like doing some crazy stuff. I'll pretty much run any strategy. I'm thinking ideally I'd like to have like at least 20 around that, at least 20 strategies, and we can just run them like head to head. Whatever one wins would just move on to the next round. If it loses, it's out, and we just keep doing that until we have a last man standing type of challenge. I think that'd be pretty cool, something a little bit different. Yeah, because I think the bracket's cool too. Definitely something different. I've never seen something necessarily like this. I'm sure someone's done it before where they recorded like people's strategies and put them in a bracket, but I just thought it was something different, something fun to do, especially to get you guys involved. So I think a battle royale style would be pretty sick too. Just something to keep things interesting. Yeah, I know some people have already submitted some strategies trying to get into the bracket, but the bracket's already set up and going. So I'll probably run those strategies that were submitted in the Discord server into that battle royale style challenge. But yeah, so if you have any ideas or any suggestions, feel free to join the Discord, leave your strategies in there. And looks like this one is staying pretty flat. I'd rather have it stay flat than go down. So maybe I will cut back or speed this up whenever we come to a good or bad ending. Yeah. So I'll let this run for a little bit, and I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, we cannot catch a break today, or just recently we can't catch a break at all. We just busted again. We still have about $11 in the balance, so I'm going to run this with a 1 cent again and see if we can come back. We came back the last time, so it's definitely not impossible. Chances are very slim, but we're going to rip it, see if we can come back from this. I don't have much faith, but we'll see what we can do. Point is to run these strategies until they completely bust, so I think it's only fair to give it a shot. But it has to come back $33 just to break even, and then we have to get another $11 on top of that. So we're asking for like 44 bucks from where we're at right now. Again, happened last time. We got like a $130 win, so it is possible, but I don't know. At this rate, we're already starting to dip. Okay, we'll see what happens. Again, I'm gonna speed this up. We'll see if it comes back, and I'll be back in a few moments. All right, so this one busted as well. We got two high risk strategies that absolutely got crushed today. This one had a ton of wagering though. So we busted it originally pretty early on, and then I ran it on 1 cent base bet. It almost came the whole way back. I'll give it that. It almost came back. Some pretty big jumps at the end here, and then it crashed again. And then at the end, this last little section here, I just started off at 2 cents instead of 1 cent just to hopefully get it going. I figured at that rate, we only had like $5 left, so I just put it at 2 cents, trying to get some like high profits potentially, and that ended up busting again. So that does suck. We lost 2 more days on our strategy, or on our strategy bracket. 2 more days are down. We're just getting sucker punched left and right. We're getting torched. We're getting torched. It's all right though. I'm gonna enter this in the sheet, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I keep track of all the stats of the challenges I've been running. You can see from round 1 up here, this is the first round. I kept track of everything along the way. So I'm gonna do the same thing for round 2. We ran strategy 3 and 4. They both lost, but just to see which one performed a little bit better based on these parameters, we're gonna look at the final profit and loss, the total swing, so like how high it went and how low it went, and then the highest peak, which one like had the highest profit at one point. So between the first one is the strategy 3, which was the crash strategy. We lost the entire balance. Obviously we were betting the entire balance, trying to get a 10% gain each time. And then on the strategy 4, it busted, but it didn't like completely, there was a couple bucks left, so it didn't completely wipe the stop loss. So that one performed a little bit better, but they both still lost. When it comes to the swing, they both had pretty big swings from the highest peak to the lowest dip, and the snake strategy was a little bit better on that just because it didn't completely bust. So that one was a little bit better there. And then finally for the highest peak, which one had the highest profit at one point, the crash strategy had the 2 wins. We just needed 3 wins to complete that one. So it did have a higher percentage return before it busted. So that one was better in that area. But overall, the dice strategy, the snake strategy was a little bit better just on those parameters, even though they both lost. What I'm gonna end up doing is I showed both of these as losses up in the bracket, and then what we did in the first round is if we had 2 losses, we pulled over a previous strategy that won. So hopefully if we get some more wins, if there's a tiebreaker where 2 strategies win out of these other categories, these other battles between the 2 strategies, if there's 2 winners, we'll move on 1 winner up here. So we want to try to keep the winners moving on just because they both lost. So I'm not going to move anything on. We'll wait until the other strategies go. But looking at our final balance for today, you can see the past, the past like 10 days, we've had 8 losses, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 losses, 3 wins. So that's 11 days. We lost $272 out of the past 10 days. The balance is still like technically on the episode, we're not even down that much. We're down $17 just from sports betting and other bonuses and everything. But the website's just crushing us. We're like, if you look at the profit on the website, we're down $135 just on the website, and we just can't make any profit. So the thing is, I have currently $27 in the website that I use. I can't mention the name. What I'm gonna do is I have to pull money over for the next episode. I'm gonna have a stop loss, probably around like $43 it's looking at. So I'm gonna have to withdraw money from the savings account, our USDC that we have saved up, and pull that over. So just to get another day of the challenge complete, what I'm gonna do is just play a real quick hand of blackjack with the remaining balance, just to see if we can win that and save a little bit of this, because I have to withdraw money from the savings account anyways. So I'm just gonna see if I can play this. Yeah, it's pretty risky, it's pretty stupid. We're gonna try to progress in the challenge because we only do 2 days per episode now because we're doing the bracket challenge. So ideally we should be doing 7 days of playthrough a week, but I'm only recording realistically 4 days of playthrough a week just because we do 2 strategies per video. So I'm going to be a little bit risky, and I'm going to play a hand of blackjack with the remaining balance. So I'll be right back. Let's set this up. Okay, so just to show you guys, I got $23.74 in the vault. I'm going to withdraw all this right now. Okay, so let's withdraw that. Now we have $26.53. That's everything we have in the website left before we have to pull money over. And I don't have high hopes for this, but let's just run it anyways. Let's just do an all-in bet. We've just been torching our balance, so we might as well just lean into it, right? Might as well just lean into it. Oh man, I'm so nervous to do this. I know this is not going to go well. This website's been eating us recently, so I don't have high hopes for this, but we'll just rip it. A 16 against an ace. Devastating. Not a good start. And they had the 21. Yeah, pretty devastating. We just got a 21 against a 16, so it's pretty much a good representation of how the website's been treating us recently. We just can't get lucky after getting devastated with so many losses, so it sucks to see, but we're gonna have to withdraw money anyways from the savings account, pull it over. So I figured I'd just try to double up our balance because we're gonna probably lose it anyways in the next playthrough. But the website's not been treating us well. Everything else has been between the bonuses and the sports betting outside of this website, but this website's just been eating us, which is hard to withstand, but we got to push through it and hope that turns around very soon. So either way, I'm gonna enter all of our stats in the sheet and we'll wrap up the video. All right, one last analysis of our playthrough recently. So from day 180 down to day 191, we have lost $300 from the website, purely from the website. On the website alone, we're down $161 in the past, or actually total, we're down 160 bucks. So we lost 300 bucks in the past 11 days of playthrough, 12 days of playthrough, and then we lost $161 total on the website. So the website's just working against us at this rate. Everything else besides what I'm doing on camera is working for us, which is kind of tough to see. On the video, even though we lost a total today from the website of $114 with the bonuses and the sports bet and everything, we're actually only down $44. So pretty crazy to see that we can lose $114 through gambling on the website and still only be down $44 just from all the bonuses and sports betting and everything else we're doing, the investments. Yeah, it just goes to show you gambling's not like, this isn't like a perfect strategy, I guess, long term. This is really, I guess, starting to show you how this can play out. But we're gonna have to pivot and try to just work against it, try to adapt to it. I don't know what else to say. It's not the end of the world. We're still doing really well. We're just staying very stagnant, as you can see over the, I don't know, past 20-ish days. We've been around the same balance. So I don't know. We're not really moving terribly far behind. We're just not able to progress. So it's just a struggle. We'll push through it though. We've done it before. We've hit these, I think, around the $700 mark. I was stuck at $700 for around the same time, and then we just broke through it and kept moving. So I'm just, I don't know, we'll push through it. I'm not super upset about it. It's just frustrating. It's annoying, but it's just the way things go. You just gotta take the L's and wait for the better days to get those wins. So yeah, with that said, clearly I never suggest you guys gamble. It's pretty clear that this isn't a winning game in the long run. So don't gamble, save your money. And if you're not in the Discord, the link's in the description to join that. Leave any thoughts or suggestions below in the comments. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, peace.